Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Another Skype review we got a new guest reviewer this time. This is Joseph of Proper Hops TV, or just Proper Hops. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Chad?
Good, good. Um, you're fairly new on the beer tube scene, and we'll talk about all that later. But if you're new, I don't know if you know, but Southern Tier is a New York brewery, and they're one of my all-time favorite breweries.
I did
And
not know.
I suggested this beer that we reviewed together. This is a new Southern Tier beer. They're 2X Stout. Says brewed with two varieties of hops and three types of malts. What's the ABV on this one?
It's 7.5.
7.5? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's right there on the barcode.
Mm.
Anyways, we got it's a stout, so it's like black. I don't even see any ruby red on the bottom or anything, do you?
I'm getting a little bit, but overall, I'd say it's 99.9 jet black.
Yeah.
My pour.
Nice, kind of creamy, khaki colored head here. What do you smell?
It's very kind of sweet. I saw that it has lactose in it, so it's going to be pretty sweet stout.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a milk stout.
mm-hmm.
It has like that kind of what I call like a dairy kind of smell to it, like when you walk down the milk aisle at a supermarket. You
Yeah,
know?
definitely. I'll take that.
Yeah, kind of like, and there's like a little bit of like a milk chocolate in there, like a candy, like a supermarket candy bar kind of chocolate.
Definitely. I think it has a really milk chocolate aroma, and there's that lactose sugar.
Yeah.
It forces it almost towards like a coffee, like a really light kind of coffee ground. After you make coffee and you're
Yeah.
throwing grounds, if you smell those, I feel like it's that really wet
Yeah.
and grainy coffee.
It's not quite as like aromatic as like their Blackwater series Imperials, but it's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, pretty standard aroma, but definitely not
Yeah.
screaming any aroma. It's pretty quiet.
Yeah. All right, so you ready to dig in here?
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow, that is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. It's not bad though. It's definitely more exciting on the palate than it was on the nose.
Yeah. I get it almost has like a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi type of sweetness to it.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty sweet.
and almost kind of like a similar kind of cola taste to it.
Definitely. Um, it has some of that coffee grounds that I was talking about on the aroma for me on the palate, and then really milk chocolate, and then yeah, the sweetness verges on like Pepsi,
Yeah.
and it's kind of the carbonation. I feel like it's a little high for a stout, which I
Hmm.
think kind of goes towards that more soda.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, well, it's not like fizzy or anything like a lager.
oh, not at all, but I
Yeah.
think for most stouts of this style, it's pretty calm on the palate. This one is kind of medium carbonation.
You like a little get like the head is like kind of like a foaminess. So I'm getting kind of like a foamy kind of texture. Um, it's like kind of like a mild sweetness up front. Through the middle, you get like a little bit more bitterness. Um, like slight like roasty note, like more like toasted notes than any kind of like deeply roasted type
Hmm.
stout.
Yeah, I think it's pretty solid sweet stout.
Yeah, there's a little bit of vanilla in there. Like I was saying before, the creme brulee is technically an imperial milk stout, but I mean it has like so much vanilla in it.
Yeah,
Like this has like 1/100th of that.
yeah. I think the vanilla to me that flavor is almost like a residual taste of half and half. If you have like sip like half and half.
Yeah, yeah. Like when you get to the bottom of a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Or me and my friends used to go to Waffle House and drink those little half and half containers they have on the table at like 2 in the morning.
like a dare to who like drink the most.
Yeah, and then we make little castles out of them. they weren't too excited about that.
The drinkability on this is pretty good. Like it's it's pretty smooth. The aftertaste is very very subtle. It's kind of like a slight chocolate, slight coffee, slight like coffee creamer, as you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty well balanced. As far as like there's sweetness in there, but it's not like cloying or sticky or anything. I wish they had up like the roastiness, the malt character more though.
I could agree with that. I think it's very milk chocolatey, sweet kind of candy bar, like you said, and it has that kind of coffee creamer. After you sip through it, though, it gets this light kind of roasted bitterness to it.
Yeah.
I would like to go more towards that. I would like it to go more towards that. But the fact that it doesn't, I don't hate it. It's nice. It's different, for sure.
I mean, I think this is just plain good. This isn't like an amazing beer to me. I don't think it's a bad beer at all. I would give I'll give a 7 out of 10 to the 2X Stout. Like a B, like a solid B,
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I think this is a very unoffensive stout. I know a lot of people that don't like dark beer, and I think this would be perfect for them to drink. I know a lot of girls that really like sweet stouts, and I think this would be their sweet stout of choice. I know a lot of them like Buffalo Sweat. Have you ever had that brew from Tallgrass, I think?
No, I've never heard of it.
Very sweet stout, and this has a lot of that same character. So I'm going to go 89. I think it's really solid. I think a lot of beer drinkers that like sweet stouts would love this because it is very true to that brew, the sweet stout style.
Mm-hmm.
It has a little more roastiness to it that is interesting to, our palates, I guess, as we're talking about. So it's not boring to us, and I think someone who likes the sweet stout style would love this brew.
It seems like this is like one of those beers where it's like, it seems like it could have been like so much more, but for what it is, it's still pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
That's like, good.
I was just going to agree with you. I think it's, for this style, I think it's very good within this style. I think looking at it through the lens of the sweet stout, I think they nailed it.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people, I've drank beer with a ton of people who really vibe with the sweet stout because it's very unoffensive. It's not really bitter, and a lot of people can get into it.
Yeah.
They've nailed that sort of palate with this brew.
Thanks again to Joseph, better known as Proper Hops, for joining me, and check out my other channel because we'll be doing an interview with him. And thanks again.
Cheers.
Cheers.